The rookie Gabriel facing a 3rd and 4. We're down to 9:27 to go in the first half. In the pocket, Gabriel in trouble. Flags down, and Gabriel.
Well, I really do believe that Dillon has got to find some rhythm in the passing game. You cannot try to rely on Quinshon Judkins to run the ball all the time because
Dillon Gabriel is not an NFL quarterback.
You wasted a whole season for this. 6 sacks, nearly 6 interceptions. A quarterback who couldn't see over his own linemen. Yet Cleveland keeps pretending it's all fine. Dillon Gabriel was supposed to be the next big thing, but what we saw against the Steelers was straight-up Pop Warner football. And just when fans started losing hope, Mary Kay drops a bombshell. Whispers that Shedeur Sanders could finally get a shot. That's right. Everything the Browns try to hide might blow open. Tonight, we're breaking down how this entire franchise got exposed, how the media covered it up, and why Shedeur's rise could shake Cleveland football to its core. Let's get into it.
And this is what people have to understand. He's a great kid, intelligent. He'll be a solid backup quarterback for the next 10 to 15 years. No doubt in my mind. Not a franchise quarterback. He is not saving it.
Against Pittsburgh, Dillon Gabriel looked like a deer trapped in headlights. He was jittery, hesitant, and completely overmatched by a real NFL defense. His passes never traveled beyond 5 yards. His pocket presence evaporated, and his confidence vanished after every sack. 6 sacks, nearly 6 interceptions, and not a single glimpse of command. This wasn't a rookie learning moment. It was a franchise-wide embarrassment broadcast live. Cleveland's offense stalled like a bad engine. 3 and outs piling up until even the defense looked exhausted. The truth hit hard. Gabriel isn't ready, and pretending otherwise is killing the team. The crowd knew it. Social media exploded, and even the commentators couldn't spin it. For the first time, everyone saw the Browns' quarterback project for what it really was, a mistake.
So you're going to blame this on his players? His players are going to be blamed on that moment right there. Listen, sacks after sacks, ladies and gentlemen. It was too goddamn predictable. Look.
Cleveland's offensive game plan was pure survival. Every throw was short, safe, and lifeless. No rhythm, no risks, no vertical threats, just endless dump-offs that fooled no one. The Steelers' defenders didn't even respect it. They sat on every route, knowing Gabriel wouldn't dare look deep. This wasn't football, it was babysitting. Kevin Stefanski's play calling looked like a high school install sheet. Predictable, repetitive, and desperate to protect a quarterback who clearly couldn't handle pressure. You can't win games when your offense plays scared. And when fans started chanting for Shedeur Sanders at halftime, you could feel the tension. Cleveland's scheme wasn't protecting Gabriel. It was exposing him. The Browns were supposed to evolve. Instead, they regressed into a Pop Warner offense dressed in NFL uniforms.
Shedeur, meanwhile, sitting on the sideline, focused, calm, checking plays, still supporting his teammates. That's professionalism. That's leadership. But the Cleveland media don't want that, because if Shedeur wins, they lose their little drama storylines.
While Gabriel flailed, Shedeur Sanders sat on the sidelines, calm, focused, professional. Every camera shot showed him studying, analyzing, supporting teammates without panic. That's leadership. That's presence. Shedeur has the one thing Cleveland's offense is missing: poise. He processes faster, throws smarter, and stays composed when chaos hits. His film from college proves it. Anticipation, accuracy, and pocket control far beyond his years. And now, insiders say the Browns are finally considering him. Mary Kay's whispers about Shedeur getting a shot aren't random. They're signals that even the coaching staff can't ignore what's obvious anymore. Sanders represents a reset button, a chance to inject life into a system built on fear. Cleveland doesn't need another safe quarterback. It needs a leader who actually plays to win.
I mean, Mary Kay is turning into one of the biggest Shedeur fans on the damn internet. I mean, she never goes a day without saying something nice about Shedeur. Why is she doing it all of a sudden? Because she knows she cannot go on with her lie anymore. And the lie is being that
The media's role in this circus can't be ignored. Cleveland's press corps and national analysts polished Gabriel's stat lines like PR interns. He managed the game, they said. He didn't make big mistakes. Nonsense. Anyone watching saw the opposite. Hesitation, panic, and wasted possessions. These networks push the same tired story. Protect the rookie, blame the line, call it growing pains. But what they're really protecting is their own credibility. They hyped Gabriel since college, sold fans a fairy tale, and can't admit they were wrong. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders barely gets mentioned. That silence isn't accidental, it's strategic. If Shedeur thrives, they look foolish. The coverage isn't about football, it's about preserving ego. Cleveland fans aren't stupid. They saw through the propaganda and started demanding truth.
Pop Warner level play calling. Dude's out here hand-holding Dillon Gabriel like he's a middle school quarterback, ladies and gentlemen.
Kevin Stefanski's coaching feels like it's stuck in slow motion. Instead of adapting, he babysits. Instead of innovating, he limits. Every drive looks the same. Run, short pass, punt. The offense never challenges defenses because the coach doesn't trust his quarterback. That's not development. That's denial. Stefanski built a system so rigid that it suffocates any creativity. You can't grow a quarterback in a cage, and that's exactly what he's done with Gabriel. Even the small moments of progress collapse into panic once real pressure arrives. The Brown sideline looks like a classroom, not a battlefield. And now, as rumors of Shedeur starting swirl, Stefanski's real fear is being proven wrong. Because if Shedeur succeeds, it exposes that the problem was never the players, it was the plan.
I mean, you've got to be able to try to throw the ball downfield every once in a while. Now, is that the offensive line collapsing the way we saw it did on a couple of sacks there late in the game? Is that wide receivers who can't get open? I don't know, but the offense is pathetic right now. It's just there's just no answer. You're right. You can't throw the ball 52 times. And Quinshon Judkins isn't pathetic, I can tell you that.
The defense was gassed, but who could blame them? Every 3-and-out dumped them right back on the field. At first, they fought hard. Tight coverage, good pressure, but exhaustion kills effort. Steelers tight, in Washington, started torching them, and the pass rush slowed to a crawl. When your offense can't sustain drives, your defense isn't just tired, it's doomed. The Browns' supposed elite unit got exposed not because they're bad, but because they were overused. Football is complementary, and Cleveland played like two separate teams sharing a uniform. Gabriel's indecision and Stefanski's conservative calls didn't just stall drives, they drained the defense's soul. Even Myles Garrett couldn't mask the collapse. The message was clear: no defense survives when your offense refuses to fight.
Shedeur Sanders has arguably the number one trait for a quarterback: elite accuracy and uncanny touch. I believe quarterbacks can significantly improve accuracy.
When Kay Cabot reported whispers about Shedeur Sanders potentially starting, Cleveland shook. That wasn't just speculation. It was pressure leaking from inside the building. It meant the coaching staff, the front office, maybe even ownership, is questioning their safe experiment. You don't leak that kind of story unless doubt is real. Kay's credibility in Cleveland football circles gives her words weight. If she's hinting at a quarterback shift, it's because people behind closed doors are preparing for it. That rumor was a shot fired across the organization's bow. Stefanski's seat is heating up, Gabriel's leash is shortening, and the locker room can feel it. Kay didn't just drop gossip. She exposed the truth. The Browns' so-called plan is crumbling, and Shedeur's time might be closer than anyone thought.
When it was halftime, the Brown fans, the real ones, they were going berserk. They wanted Shedeur to get in the game desperately. They were shouting it. It was all over social media because Dillon is horrible.
Cleveland fans have suffered through decades of heartbreak, but this feels different. This isn't losing, it's lying. They were told Gabriel was the future, that the plan made sense, that patience would pay off. But now, patience feels like punishment. The fans saw through it. They heard the excuses, they saw the same short throws, and they started chanting for Shedeur because they believe in something bigger: accountability. The noise in the stadium wasn't anger. It was desperation for hope. For once, the fan base isn't asking for miracles. They're asking for honesty. If Shedeur Sanders starts, it won't just be about replacing a quarterback. It'll be about restoring faith in a city that's been burned too many times by false promises.
He's not mobile. He's not accurate. And he's not very good. And you asked him to throw it 52 times in a building you've not won in over 2 decades.
Cleveland's future now hangs on courage. Do the Browns double down on fear or finally embrace truth? Dillon Gabriel's time should be about learning, not protecting pride. Kevin Stefanski must decide whether he wants to save his ego or his team. Because if Shedeur Sanders steps in and performs like many believe he can, the excuses end overnight. The rookie growing pains story dies, and a new era begins, one built on competition, not comfort. Gabriel isn't the villain, but he's the mirror showing Cleveland its reflection. Talented, but scared to evolve. The Browns don't need perfection. They need belief. The league has already seen through the illusion. It's time for Cleveland to face the same truth. Either start Shedeur or stay stuck in mediocrity forever.